You might not feel it right away, no sharp pain, no alarming dizziness. But potassium deficiency can quietly chip away at your heart health as you age. For seniors, low potassium, hypokalemia, often goes unnoticed until something serious happens. An irregular heartbeat, sudden fatigue, or even a spike in blood pressure. What makes it dangerous is how easily it's mistaken for just getting older. But here's the truth. Your heart depends on potassium to function smoothly, and when levels drop, the risks climb. Think of potassium as your heart's silent guardian. It helps regulate every single heartbeat by ensuring electrical signals fire correctly. Without enough of it, those signals can misfire, leading to arrhythmias, a problem far more common in older adults. And since kidneys become less efficient at balancing electrolytes with age, even a minor dip in potassium intake can have outsized effects. What's tricky is that symptoms don't always shout. They whisper. Muscle cramps, especially at night, might be brushed off as normal aging. Weakness or constipation, easily blamed on other causes, but these subtle signs could point to a deeper issue. Even medications, like diuretics, water pills, often prescribed for high blood pressure, can drain potassium levels without you realizing it. The good news? This threat is manageable. Whether through diet, supplements, or smarter medication. Adjustments. You can protect your heart before trouble escalates. But first, you need to understand why potassium isn't just another mineral. It's a lifeline for your cardiovascular health. Let's explore how potassium works in your body and why your heart can't afford to lose it. Your heart is an odd electrical marvel, beating over 100,000 times a day without you even thinking about it. But this steady rhythm depends on one critical mineral, potassium. Imagine it as the conductor of your heart's symphony, ensuring each beat stays in perfect time. When potassium levels dip too low, that rhythm can falter, putting you at risk for arrhythmias, weakness, and even long-term heart damage. For seniors, potassium plays 3 life-saving roles. Regulating heartbeat. Every heartbeat starts with an electrical impulse, and potassium helps generate and control these signals. Low levels disrupt this process, potentially causing palpitations, skipped beats, or dangerous irregular rhythms like atrial fibrillation. Balancing blood pressure. Potassium acts as a natural counterbalance to sodium, the mineral that raises blood pressure. It relaxes blood vessel walls, easing pressure on your cardiovascular system. Studies show that adequate potassium intake can lower systolic blood pressure by 4-5 mm, reducing stroke risk by up to 15%. Supporting muscle and nerve function. Your heart is a muscle, and potassium ensures it contracts smoothly. Without it, muscle weakness and cramps can set in, making everyday movements, or even breathing, more difficult. Why seniors are at higher risk. Kidney function declines with age, making it harder to retain potassium. Common medications, like diuretics, for blood pressure, flush potassium out. Reduced appetite or dietary restrictions, e.g., low-sodium diets, may limit potassium-rich foods. The scary part? You won't always feel symptoms until it's too late. That's why proactive care, whether through diet, supplements, or doctor-guided adjustments, is non-negotiable. Up next, can you get enough potassium from food alone, or do you need supplements? Let's weigh the options. You've heard it before, just eat more bananas. But when it comes to potassium, especially for seniors, the reality isn't that simple. Yes, food should always be your first line of defense, but aging bodies face unique challenges in absorbing and retaining nutrients, making supplements a practical backup for many. Let's break down the pros and cons of each approach. The power of food. Potassium on your plate. Natural sources of potassium are ideal because they come packaged with other vital nutrients like fiber, magnesium, and antioxidants. Some top potassium-rich foods include bananas, 422 milligrams per medium fruit, the classic choice, but far from the most potent. Sweet potatoes, 542 milligrams per half cup, mashed, also rich in beta-carotene for immunity. Spinach, 540 milligrams per cooked cup. A leafy green powerhouse. Avocados, 708 milligrams per cup, sliced, packed with heart-healthy fats. White beans, 1,000 milligrams per cooked cup, the unsung hero of potassium sources. The catch? As you age, chewing difficulties, digestive changes, or dietary restrictions, like kidney-friendly low-potassium diets, can make it hard to get enough from meals alone. Even if you eat perfectly, some medications or chronic conditions may increase your body's demand beyond what food can provide. When supplements step-in supplements offer a controlled, convenient way to fill gaps, but they're not one-size-fits-all. Here's what to consider. Precision dosing. Easier to track than estimating food intake. Easier on digestion, helpful if high-fiber foods cause bloating. Medication adjustments. Some diuretics demand extra potassium that diet can't reliably supply, but beware, overdoing it. Unlike food, pills can deliver too much potassium too fast, risking hyperkalemia, dangerously high levels. Absorption issues. Certain forms, like potassium chloride, may irritate sensitive stomachs. The smart middle ground. For most seniors, a hybrid approach works best. Prioritize potassium-rich meals, then use supplements only if blood tests or symptoms reveal a shortfall. Always consult your doctor before starting pills. They can check your kidney function and adjust dosages to avoid clashes with medications. Next up, how to pick the safest, most effective supplement if you need one. If your doctor has confirmed you need a potassium boost beyond diet, navigating the supplement aisle can feel overwhelming. Should you pick potassium citrate, gluconate, or chloride? Is a powder better than a pill? And how much is too much? Let's simplify your options so you can choose wisely without guesswork. Key types of potassium supplements. Not all potassium supplements work the same way. The right form depends on your health needs. Potassium chloride, best for those on diuretics or with severe deficiencies. Pros: highly absorbable, often prescribed for fast correction. Cons: can irritate the stomach, requires medical supervision. Potassium citrate, best for seniors prone to kidney stones or with acidic urine. Pros: gentle on digestion, helps alkalize urine. Cons: slightly less potent per dose than chloride. Potassium gluconate, best for mild deficiencies or those with sensitive stomachs. Pros: well tolerated, available over the counter. Cons: lower potassium concentration, requires higher doses. Food-based potassium, e.g., coconut water powder, best for those wary of synthetic supplements. Pros: natural electrolytes, includes trace minerals. Cons: less precise dosing, may contain sugars. Dosage: the Goldilocks, rule daily need. Most seniors require 2,600, 3,400 mmol a day from all sources, food plus supplements. Supplement cap: never take more than 90 mmol per pill. OTC, FDA rule to prevent overdose. Larger doses require a prescription. Timing matters. Split doses, e.g., morning, evening, to improve absorption and reduce side effects. Red flags to avoid: potassium boosters with hidden stimulants. Some sports supplements add caffeine, which taxes the heart. Effervescent tablets if you're on a low-sodium diet. They often contain salt. Megadoses: never self-prescribe high amounts without lab tests. Pro tip: ask for enteric-coated tablets if regular pills upset your stomach. They dissolve later in digestion, bypassing irritation. Next, we'll dive into when and how to take your supplement for maximum benefit, because even the best pill won't help if your body can't use it. Taking your potassium supplement at the right time and in the right way can mean the difference between optimal heart protection and wasted effort. Unlike some vitamins that you can take whenever convenient, potassium absorption depends heavily on what's already in your stomach, your medication schedule, and even your hydration levels. Let's break down the science so you can maximize every dose. When to take potassium for best results with meals, but not just any meal. Potassium absorbs best alongside food because digestion stimulates stomach acid, which helps break down the JAS mineral. Avoid high-fiber meals at the same time. Bran, beans, or raw veggies can bind to potassium and reduce absorption by up to 50%. Pair with a small, balanced snack like yogurt or a banana, ironic but effective, to buffer stomach irritation, without blocking uptake. Split dosing. The twice-a-day rule: your kidneys excrete excess potassium quickly, so taking your full dose at once may lead to peaks and crashes. Example: if prescribed 600 mg daily, take 300 mg with breakfast and 300 mg with dinner. Critical medication timings if you take diuretics, water pills. Time potassium supplements. At least 4 hours apart to prevent your kidneys from flushing them out too soon. For ACE inhibitors, like lisinopril, these drugs naturally raise potassium levels. Check with your doctor before adding supplements to avoid overload. What ruins absorption? Dehydration. Low water intake concentrates potassium in the blood, risking false high readings or erratic absorption. Alcohol and caffeine. Both increase urine output, flushing potassium faster. Antacids or acid blockers, PPIs. Reduced stomach. Acid, harder to absorb potassium citrate or chloride. Signs your body isn't absorbing. Even if you take supplements faithfully, poor absorption can leave you deficient. Watch for ongoing muscle cramps, especially at night. Fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Swelling in legs could signal electrolyte imbalance. Pro tip: if pills upset your stomach, try liquid potassium drops mixed into water or a powdered form stirred into applesauce. Both bypass the stomach faster, reducing irritation. Next up, the flip side of the coin: how too much potassium can be just as dangerous as too little, and how to spot the warning signs. Potassium is a nutrient, where more isn't always better. In fact, too much can be deadly. While we focused on avoiding deficiency, hyperkalemia, excess potassium, poses an equally serious threat, especially for seniors with declining kidney function. The scary part? Early symptoms are often silent, and by the time you feel something's wrong, your heart may already be in danger. How potassium overload happens: your kidneys are your body's potassium filtration system. But as you age, kidney efficiency drops by up to 30% by age 70, making it harder to excrete excess potassium. Common medications, like blood pressure drugs or NSAIDs, further reduce potassium excretion. Overzealous supplementing, taking high doses, without medical supervision, can quickly push levels into the danger zone. Silent red flags. Symptoms you might miss. Hyperkalemia often starts with vague signs that mimic normal aging. Tingling hands, feet, like pins and needles. Mild nausea or stomach discomfort, brief muscle weakness, e.g., trouble standing from a chair. But as levels climb, emergencies arise: irregular heartbeat, palpitations, fluttering, or skipped beats. Sudden fatigue or confusion, chest tightness or shortness of breath, a sign your heart muscle is struggling. The heart-stopping risk: excess potassium disrupts the electrical signals that keep your heartbeat steady. In severe cases, it can trigger bradycardia, dangerously slow heart rate. Ventricular fibrillation, a fatal rhythm where the heart quivers instead of pumping. Critical note: if you have kidney disease, diabetes, or take ACE inhibitors, your safe potassium threshold may be much lower than general guidelines. How to stay in the safe zone. Never self-prescribe high doses. Even OTC 99 pills can stack up dangerously if taken recklessly. Request: regular blood tests, serum potassium if you're on supplements or high-risk medications. Balance electrolytes. Sodium, magnesium, and calcium all interact with potassium. For example, low magnesium worsens potassium's cardiac effects. Emergency prep. If you experience heart palpitations after taking potassium, seek immediate help. A simple EKG can detect hyperkalemia's telltale spikes. Next, we'll tackle a hidden hazard: how common medications can turn even modest potassium doses into threats, and what to ask your doctor. You might be doing everything right, eating potassium-rich foods, taking supplements carefully, staying hydrated, but if you're on certain medications, they could be quietly sabotaging your efforts. Some drugs deplete potassium, while others make it accumulate to dangerous levels. As a senior, your medication list likely includes at least one of these common culprits. Let's decode these risky interactions so you can protect your heart. Medications that deplete potassium. These drugs increase potassium loss through urine or digestion, often requiring supplementation. Diuretics, water pills. Types: hydrochlorothiazide, HCTZ, furosemide, Lasix. Risk: can flush out too much potassium, triggering weakness or arrhythmias. Fix: your doctor may pair these with potassium-sparing alternatives or supplements. Laxatives, overused. Types: stimulant laxatives like bisacodyl, Dulcolax. Risk: chronic use causes potassium loss through diarrhea. Fix: switch to bulk-forming laxatives, e.g. psyllium, if needed. Corticosteroids. Types: prednisone, cortisone. Risk: increase potassium excretion while raising blood sugar. Fix: short-term use may not need adjustment, but long-term requires monitoring. Medications that raise potassium. These drugs reduce potassium excretion, risking overload, especially with supplements, ACE. Inhibitors and ARBs. Types: lisinopril, losartan. Risk: can elevate potassium to dangerous levels in seniors with even mild kidney decline. Fix: regular blood tests may need to limit high potassium foods. Potassium-sparing diuretics. Types: spironolactone, triamterene. Risk: designed to retain potassium, but combined with supplements, levels can spike. Fix: rarely need extra potassium. Monitor closely. NSAIDs, frequent use. Types: ibuprofen, naproxen. Risk: reduce kidney function temporarily, trapping potassium. Fix: avoid daily use. Opt for acetaminophen if pain relief is needed. The deadliest combination: taking a potassium supplement plus ACE inhibitor plus potassium-sparing diuretic is a triple threat that can send potassium levels soaring silently. Always disclose all medications, including OTCs, to your doctor before starting supplements. Ask your doctor: should I adjust my potassium intake based on my current meds? How often should we check my potassium levels? Next up, how to monitor your heart and potassium at home, and when to sound the alarm. You don't need to be a doctor to keep tabs on your potassium levels, but you do need to know what to watch for. Between blood tests, subtle symptoms can signal trouble early. Here's how to track your heart's potassium needs like a pro, from simple pulse checks to must-know warning signs. DIY heart health checks: the pulse test, 60 seconds daily. Place 2 fingers on your wrist or neck. Count beats for 60 seconds, not just 15 seconds x 4. Irregularities hide in longer counts. Normal: 60-100 BPM. Steady rhythm. Red flags: skipped beats or extra thumps. Possible arrhythmia. Rates below 50 or above 120 at rest. Blood pressure tracking potassium helps regulate BP, so sudden spikes or drops matter. At-home tip: check BP at the same time daily, e.g., morning before meds. Concern: systolic, top number, consistently over 150 or under 90. Symptom journal log daily: muscle cramps, time, location. Energy crashes, post-meal or random. Swelling in ankles could signal electrolyte imbalance. When to call the doctor: immediately. Heart palpitations, plus dizziness, possible hyperkalemia, sudden confusion or slurred speech. Potassium affects nerve signals. Weakness so severe you can't rise from a chair. Lab tests: what to request serum. Potassium. Ideal range for seniors is 3.5 ton 5.0 MEQOL. Some doctors prefer 3.5 ton to 4.5 if on heart meds. Buen Chash creatinine checks kidney function, key for potassium clearance. Magnesium levels. Low magnesium worsens potassium-related heart issues. Pro tip: if you're on supplements, request testing 2 to 4 weeks after starting and every 3 to 6 months thereafter. Tech helpers: smartwatches with ECG, like Apple Watch, can detect atrial fibrillation. BP apps, e.g., Cardio. Track trends over time. Next, we'll merge everything into a long-term heart plan, combining diet, supplements, and lifestyle for lasting protection. Potassium is just one piece of your heart health puzzle, but when combined with smart daily habits, it becomes a powerful shield against aging's toll. This isn't about drastic overhauls. It's about sustainable tweaks that compound over time. Let's build your personalized strategy, step by step. The Potassium Heart Connection, Daily Habits, the 3x3 Food Rule: eat 3 potassium-rich foods daily from different categories: leafy greens, spinach, Swiss chard; colorful produce, tomatoes, oranges, beets; white beans, lentils. Add to soups or salads. Why? Diversifying sources improves absorption and avoids boredom. Supplement safeguards: if taking pills, set phone reminders for consistent timing, e.g., 10 a.m. p.m. with meals. Use a weekly pill organizer with potassium separate from meds that interact. Hydration: Harmony drink 1 to 2 your body weight, lbs, in Oz daily, e.g., 150 lbs, Ashgarser 75 Oz. Avoid flushing potassium. Sip water evenly through the day, not all at once. Beyond potassium, the Heart Protection Trio Magnesium. Synergy: take 200-400 mg magnesium glycinate nightly. It helps cells retain potassium. Foods: pumpkin. Seeds, almonds, dark chocolate, sodium balance limit processed foods, but don't cut salt completely. Low sodium can worsen potassium imbalance. Aim for under 2,300 mmol sodium daily. Use herbs or spices instead. Movement that matters. Daily, 20 min walks. Improves circulation and potassium uptake in muscles. Seated leg lifts. Counters muscle loss from potential potassium deficiency. Stress and sleep. The hidden factors cortisol, stress hormone, depletes potassium. Try 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale 4 sec, hold 7, exhale 8. Poor sleep causes erratic heart rhythms. Keep bedtime consistent. Even on weekends. Your 6-month checkpoint labs: potassium, kidney function, magnesium. Symptom review: compare notes from your journal. Medication audit: ask your doctor, can we adjust anything to simplify my regimen? This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Even small steps, like swapping chips for roasted chickpeas or taking a 5-min walk after meals, add up. Finally, let's debunk the top myths that might be holding you back from optimal heart health. Misinformation about potassium swirls everywhere, from well-meaning friends to shady supplement ads. Let's dismantle the top 5 myths so you can focus on what truly works for your heart. Myth 1. Bananas are the best potassium source. Truth: while bananas are good, they're mid-tier. White beans, spinach, and avocados pack 2 to 3x more potassium per serving. Takeaway: Rotate your sources. Don't rely solely on bananas. Myth 2. If you feel fine, your potassium is fine. Truth. Potassium deficiency or excess can be silent until crisis hits, e.g., sudden arrhythmia. Takeaway. Regular blood tests are non-negotiable, especially if you're on meds. Myth 3. All potassium supplements are the same. Truth. Potassium chloride, prescription, corrects deficiencies fast but irritates. Stomachs. Citrate is gentler but weaker. Takeaway. Match the type to your needs. Don't grab random OTC bottles. Myth 4. You can't overdose on natural potassium. Truth. Even food can cause overload if kidneys are compromised, e.g., binging on coconut. Water plus supplements. Takeaway. If you have kidney issues, work with a dietitian to set safe food limits. Myth 5. Potassium alone fixes heart problems. Truth. It's crucial. But so are magnesium, hydration, and stress management. Takeaway. Think electrolyte team, not solo potassium. Final action. Steps. Bookmark this guide. Revisit it before changing your diet supplements. Share with your doctor, especially the medication. Interaction tips. Stay curious. New research emerges often. Keep learning. Thank you for investing this time in your heart health. You've just gained knowledge that could add vibrant years to your life. Remember, aging well isn't about fearing decline. It's about empowering yourself with the right tools. Potassium is one such tool, but you're the hand that wields it. Subscribe for more insights. Join our community where we break down senior health topics without hype or hassle. Your heart has carried you through decades. Now it's your turn to carry it forward with care. Here's to strong beats, steady rhythms, and the wisdom to know you're worth the effort.